Hi. So I watched The Swimmers, which is the real life story of the Mardini sisters, and it was a great story. It was just the right amount of heart wrenching, and it induces this fear like half the time I was watching it like this. Because I just felt I was afraid that something bad would happen to any of these people and I would just lose it because I had grown sort of attached to each character, even the ones who were not the main characters, just the travelers who the sisters met on their journey. Now, I think it's eye opening in a way that you realize that this is happening all over the world, and it's actually through the eyes of an actual refugee. So you know if this is the real life story of the Mardini sisters who made it, right? And Yusra Mardini went from being a refugee, fleeing her country, surviving a war, fleeing her country, to accomplishing her dream of becoming an Olympic swimmer, of swimming in the Olympics. And I think it's kind of beautiful, it's poetic, but it's also you wonder how many people have lost their lives, how many dreams have been shattered. The Syrian war has displaced millions, and there have been so many deaths. We cannot even comprehend the kind of situation there is. I think another thing, what they did really well, first of all, the cinematography was excellent. The shots were great, like when they end up on this beach and there are life jackets, and you know that this is the place where people get off their boats if they get there, and there are life jackets. They're like, it's full of life jackets, and it's just the shot is taken so beautifully, and you stop for a second and you're like, what? Okay, wow. And इसी तरह से there are so many scenes like these which just make you wonder that the difficulties these people have to go through, and how nobody is accepting them with open arms. Everybody's like, put them in a camp, get rid of them. There are actual news of boats being overturned, like countries actually overturning boats in the middle of the sea so that they don't have to deal with the refugees, which is so horrible to think. I like that it wasn't just them going along and just, accomplishing things and being like, yay, yay, yay. There was always this sense of, I have family back home, our family back home is suffering, we need to get them out. And of course it was realistic. I mean, yes, it wasn't a fictional tale, so it is realistic. Their family did not get it. I personally thought it would be like this. She would go to the Olympics and she would have this opportunity, and they'll be like, yes, we'll get your family across. But they didn't. That did not happen, because that's something that does not happen in real life. So the family, I would think that the family having to cross with the little girl the same way, go through the same path these two girls went, is, there's so much potential danger involved. It's unimaginable what these people are running away from. One of the things which makes this a very multifaceted movie was it wasn't just about people escaping war. There were different elements. Each refugee, each person had a story. There was somebody fleeing from Afghanistan, there was somebody who was fleeing from Somalia where there is famine and death due to that. Then there was this lady who was trying to escape from her abusive husband who's not a good man, and she's trying to get to the UK so that she and her child could have a good life. I mean, yes, you realize how important what you have really is, how important security is, how important your safety is. But you also realize that there are people suffering for the most basic of things, this security, this safety is a privilege in itself. I think I would like to say that this movie is a must watch. It's something everybody should watch. I like that they showed how hesitant Yusra was to sort of become part of the refugee team because she wanted to represent her country. She did not want to be part of the refugee team. But at the same time, she could not give up on that opportunity, and she should not give up on that opportunity, which is why she went ahead and she won. She proved everybody who thought, hey, she's just a refugee, that's why she's here. She proved each and everyone wrong. It was it was it was overall a positive story. It wasn't like I'm glad there was no death or there was no loss of life or there were no horrible things going on. I was like really scared. When I started watching it, I just they were on the boat, they got on the raft, and I was like, oh my god, no, I cannot watch it. I told my husband, I was like, I'm not watching this, hatado. But I watched it, and I'm glad I did. I am glad I watched it. I mean, sometimes I feel like you could sort of close your eyes to what's happening in the world. The world is full of dark, horrible things happening to innocent people. There are children involved, and I feel like especially ever since I've become a mom, I sort of like to close my eyes to the bad things. But again, you need to see this. We need to see this so that we can sympathize with the people around us. So it's a must watch. I would recommend that you watch it. There's nothing wrong going on. There's no real violence. I mean, there are a few scenes in which they're trying to run, escape, they're scared, but overall it's an excellent movie. It's an excellent movie which helps you sort of sympathize with the refugees. You sympathize with the refugee condition. I mean, I remember, I'm sure people remember the Ilan Kurdi photograph, and I was watching this, and just that picture of that little baby boy kept popping up in my head, and I just I could not fathom how it's just, I'm out of words just saying, talking about this. But do watch it, and if you have watched it, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it, and recommend other movies or with similar strong sort of storylines maybe, or other movies I should review. And subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notification, and these are my socials, and stay tuned for more. Bye.